welcome back to the show, Kentucky Senator Mr. Rand Paul. Senator Paul, thank you for coming. So I know you voted against the big, beautiful bill. Are you still playing golf with President Trump? That's what everybody wants to know.
Well, you know, we played last week, and he still got a good game.
Yep.
I think it was Jack Nicklaus who said he has the best game of any president that he ever played with.
Well, I'm glad you two are on.
So there is that.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on speaking terms, and I'm glad you're playing golf together. I think that's pretty good.
Well, look, I wish him the best, but I also wish the country the best. I think the tax cuts, keeping the tax cuts from 2017, are going to be great for the economy. I hope the new tax cuts will help us grow even more. So I'm enthusiastic for him to succeed, for the country to succeed. Doesn't mean we're always going to agree on everything, but I am hopeful that the country does well.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. Well put. Look, some interesting developments. We talked about it with Lee Zeldin up at the top. The Supreme Court decision, which allows the president to make the RIFs, reduce the federal payroll as he'd like. And there's now talk you've got a $9 billion rescission package that may be voted on soon. And even some senators and House members are talking about another reconciliation bill that would be devoted to spending cuts. I know, you're on that side. I agree with you about spending and all. Any of this stuff going to come to fruition? What do you think, Senator Paul?
You know, on the separation of powers, there's been debate for a long time. What powers do the president have? What do Congress have? And I think for really the first time in a long time, the Supreme Court's going to adjudicate a lot of these things. And I think President Trump's going to win on a lot of it. On hiring and firing, on changing employment in the executive branch, the Supreme Court's siding with him. And so I think they're enhancing his hand to save money by letting people go. And really, if the president can't fire people, who can? I mean, they don't work for me. They don't work for Congress. They work for the executive branch. So I think these cases are a good decision. We're also going to have some other decisions he may or may not like. Ultimately, they're going to decide on whether he has the emergency authority to levy taxes or tariffs without Congress. I think he may lose on that issue. But on the hiring and firing, I'm glad he won because I think he should be able to make those decisions.
I think it was you. I'm not sure, sir. But on the matter of rescissions, which would be taking back appropriations, so there's a $9 billion some odd dollar package that hopefully will be voted on. But we had to have, I think it was you, let's have bigger rescissions every month. I don't know about reconciliation. Yeah. Why don't we just have big rescission packages every single month?
Once a week, I'm ready for it. We can do it.
Yes.
There are some impracticalities to it. If we get on it and do it in the Senate, I think it's unlimited amendments, and so it'll be an all-night vote-a-thon. I'm willing to do it, but I don't know if you can do that every week. $9 billion is small. Let's start there. I'm all for it. I'm a yes vote, but more needs to be done. $9 billion is a rounding error when your deficit is over $2 trillion.
So let's go. I mean, what are the odds about another reconciliation bill that would principally be about spending savings in the federal government? All right. Is there any? I know there was talk many months ago, but guys like me wanted one big, beautiful bill. The president wound up siding with us. But now you've got the potential. Senator Blackburn, for example, has been on the show saying you could have another reconciliation or two that would cut spending. What do you think of that? Any chance?
Look, I'm all for it, but whether it can cut spending, Congress would have to grow a spine. I'm not real optimistic that those who didn't have a spine a month ago are going to grow a spine a month from now. Yes, we should cut spending. We should look across the budget. We could really cut 1% of everything or 5% of everything, and you could balance your budget in 5 years. But realize that we couldn't even cut Obamacare's Medicaid expansion. Not cut anybody off of Medicaid, just simply no longer admit people where the federal government pays 90%. End the Obamacare subsidy. We couldn't even do that because we didn't have enough Republican votes. So yes, I'm all for it, but somebody needs to steal the courage of these people. We need to give them spine. The public needs to call them and say, you have to do better. We can't keep running $2 trillion deficits.
No, amen to that. You know, you and I, we actually agree on many things, Senator Rand Paul. Believe it or not.
Well, yeah, I know you're a free trader from way back. You're just, we need to pry that out of you more,
What's your golf handicap, Senator Paul?
I'm a 10,
Whoa,
and very
very good.
competitive with the president.
Very
The president's
good.
a good golfer.
Very
but
good.
I enjoy it, and it's a great form of exercise. If you walk, you can't get in a buggy, you can't ride a cart, you got to walk.
I got to get out. Senator Rand Paul, you're terrific, and thanks for coming back.
Thanks.
Guys. We appreciate it.